Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Leah T. Porter, the serial entrepreneur, creative entrepreneur that is. And today we are back with a good one. We are diving deep of how to turn your passion into profit, how to monetize the things that you absolutely love, and the craziness that goes into staying passionate about the creative aspect, but also making sure that you are operating a business that makes money without turning yourself crazy. Because listen, it's possible. Okay? But that is what we're talking about today on the Leah T. Porter podcast. Wait, this is not a podcast. YouTube. I told y'all I'm still trying to get used to this YouTube thing, so y'all gotta bear with me. So here's the thing. Passion is what actually lights you up, what motivates you, what gets you excited. But purpose is when you use that thing that lights you up to actually serve others. The moment you feel like your passion can help, heal, inspire, or motivate someone, that is your sign to monetize it. But make sure you don't rush it. Make sure you take your time and you really figure out a smart way to kind of test the market, because again, every idea is not a business idea and it's not a good business. So you have to figure out a way to see if what you're passionate about and the things that you want to bring forth to the front is actually things that people want to see, want to hear, and want to be a part of. For me, it all started off with dance. I started dancing when I was 3 years old. From the time I was about 11, I knew that I wanted dance to be a part of my life for the rest of my life in some capacity, in some way. Never thought that it would end up here, but I knew it was something that I wanted to do. At the tender age of 11 years old, me and my mom sat down and made a business card. And you know the crazy part, I'm gonna open this right now while I'm recording and get that card. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ha! Got it. I always keep it handy. Me and my mother created this business card. It says LTP Productions with point shoes at the side. Leah Porter, dancer, choreographer. It literally has my house number on it. I was 11 or 12 years old when me and my mom sat in front of a big back computer and made these business cards because I wanted to get my name out there. And I thought, hey, I need a business card so when I travel, I can give to people. At 11, 12 years old, go figure. But even back then, I wasn't thinking of myself as a business woman or an entrepreneur or anything of that nature. I was just really doing the things that I love to do. I love to dance. At one point at 13 years old, my mentor, Walter Hall, gave me an opportunity to teach my first dance class. I love that, continued to do it through high school and college. And at some point in high school, I was choreographing for my high school dance team. Same thing in college. I was just naturally gravitating towards these things that one, I was really good at, but two, that I really enjoyed and really loved. But never did I think this is an actual business, that I can actually monetize that. And let's be honest, I am 40. And when I was growing up, creative entrepreneurship was not a thing. This is a very new place and space for a lot of artists of thinking of themselves as a business, as a brand. And so that wasn't really an idea or a thought. It was you were either gonna be a teacher, a choreographer, or a dancer. And at that time, I wanted to dance. Like I really wanted to be that freelance dancer traveling the world with different dance companies, with different artists. But God had a different mission and a different journey for me. Lo and behold, at some point, probably in maybe college, really not until after college, is when I really started to see that this thing that I love and that I do so well can actually turn into a business. And here we are. So here are some models that of course have worked for me, is for-profit models. So as someone who has danced and taught and did choreography, started to thinking about a way, how can I take that and actually create something that is gonna draw me consistent income? And one of those things was FE Conservatory, starting an actual performing arts school. And at the time, I wasn't thinking about it as being like my number one source of income, because I was a school teacher. I was a school teacher in the public and private sector for 12 years while I was actually building my businesses as well. And so I had a job, I had steady income. But once I started to really see how much joy this brought me, but also how much attention I really need to put into my businesses in order to make them grow, is when I really started to look at them as a true business and something that I can do full time. And so if there's something, even if you're a choreographer, even if you're not in the dance space, even if you're an actor, you are a content creator, or you are a lawyer, or you are a teacher in the public and the private sector, there are ways that you can actually create a viable and real LLC, a business, from the things that you are already doing in your life. And that can be profit for you. Number 2 is the nonprofit model. So you have the for-profit model, and then you have the nonprofit model. For me, to be able to do the things that I really wanted to do, I knew that I needed both. Like this hybrid model, which I like to call, which is not something new and something that I've created and made up, but it's a really thing, a hybrid model where you have for-profit and you have nonprofit that each operate on its own. Nonprofit, you're able to solicit donations, you're able to get sponsorships and do partnerships and collaborations with organizations and businesses in your community or abroad. You're also able to apply for grants and get opportunities for funding to do some of those really big community initiatives that you want to do and that you want to see. And so nonprofit is also a way to do that as well. Next is merch and products. That could be digital products. There are so many things that I've done throughout this journey. One thing is I created an early childhood dance curriculum for ages 3 to 8 years old. Not really even thinking about it. I was looking for something to house at the conservatory for that age group. Being a school teacher working with pre-K and then also being a dancer, I was actually creating my own lesson plans week after week, month after month. Started to put that together, then realized, wait, you just built a whole dance curriculum, progressive dance curriculum. So I started to get really intentional about that. And that is a product that I am getting ready to roll out, a digital product. Also merchandise. As I mentioned, Creel Nutcracker, we have t-shirts, hats, we've had ornaments, we have stickers, we have lapel pins. There's some new merchandise that we're coming out with this year, and we are looking to expand even more with our merchandise, but that is another way to monetize. So making sure that you are thinking about all of these different facets, from things that you may, small little opportunities within your business that you may be creating. If you're a teacher, and there are skills or things that, really help to bring the energy down in your class, you have good classroom management skills, you can create a digital book and you can sell that digital product online. If you are a content creator and you want to share with other people who are interested in getting into that space, you can create a YouTube channel or YouTube videos, YouTube shorts, or even a digital product. If you are a actor, a director, you can look at how do you create merch that can inspire and motivate people in their field. So just thinking about things that you are already doing that you can monetize when it comes to digital products and when it comes to merch. Next is services and experiences. So are there teaching opportunities? Are there coaching opportunities? Are there ways for you to connect one-on-one with individuals and people in a service that you can provide or an experience that you can provide for them? Sharing your knowledge and sharing your resources is great, but that is something else that you can also monetize. Your intellectual property is something that you can monetize. And so how are you reaching more people through sharing resources and sharing things that you've learned along the way on your journey and things of that nature? So each one of these, as you can see, is a way for you to monetize the things that you already do. And listen, oftentimes when you might hear people say the things that I'm saying or talk about the things that I'm saying, you're thinking like, oh, I got to create something new. Oh, I have to do. A lot of times you don't even have to create anything new. You just have to figure out a way to actually package it and actually put it out there and sell it. But 9 times out of 10, if you sit down and you make a list of all of the things that you're doing, all of the things that you have to get done to move throughout the day, maybe some things personally professionally, like from that list of things that you make, there's something that you can find from that and you can monetize. I've watched a lot of podcasts, I read a lot of books, and the thing is, from one business or one idea, you can come up with at least 7 streams of income from that one thing or one idea. If I can do it, if other people can do it, so can you. So next is tips for protecting your joy. Because remember, there are ways for you to profit and monetize your passion, but sometimes it could really start to be something that you don't enjoy, right? This thing that you're passionate about, you've decided to create and start a business, starts to become a job that you don't like. And I don't want that for any of you. And so just making sure that, yes, anytime that you are doing any type of work, any type of job where you are trying to sustain and you're making money, there's gonna be things that are gonna feel uncomfortable, uneasy, things that you're gonna have to deal with. But it's always important to stay connected to your why and making sure that you are protecting your joy at all costs. Because you wanna stay encouraged, you wanna stay motivated, you wanna stay pushing through, even when things are not easy. Even when things don't feel comfortable, you still want to find that energy to push through. And that's where that passion and that drive is going to come in. And so one thing is always making sure that you're not saying yes to everything. Making sure that you are leaving space and leaving room for the things that really, truly matter. Oftentimes we want to say yes to everything because we want the opportunities. We want to be able to have opportunities to let our network grow, to let our businesses grow, to let us grow as individuals, as people, professionally or personally. But everything that comes to us is not everything that we need to and have to say yes to. And so we have to make sure that, remember, we don't have to say yes to everything. So if you are a person that is passionate about something and you are trying to turn that passion into profit, just know that it is possible and you can do it. But you have to promise me one thing and one thing only, that you're gonna come back for the next episode so you can get some gems, okay? Make sure that you subscribe, and I want you to drop what you are passionate about in the comments. I'm curious to see, what do you guys love? What lights your fire? What gets you excited? And I can maybe share some tips and secrets in the comments on what you can do to turn that passion into profit. So join me back for the next show. And again, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah. Y'all can still go on tour with Beyonce, Honey Bucket. Yeah. Like and comment, subscribe. Yeah. Bye.